Hi, welcome to perspectivemapper.org. This is Ranjit Tunga, and we are talking with Meeta Joshi. And Meeta has been a dear friend of mine for well over a decade. She's a tarot card reader, energy healer, and history lecturer with a very deep understanding and connection to the intuitive, spiritual center of our being. And she's had tremendous insight over her lifetime in exploring the deeper consciousness. And I feel she has some wonderful perspectives on conflict to share. So thank you very much, Meeta, for this conversation. And I wanted to ask you some very simple questions on the
Sure,
surface, but
sure.
of
Go
course these
ahead.
questions go
Mhm.
go deep. So straight up, let me ask you, from your perspective, what do you feel uh, we can do as human beings to address the dire conflicts that we face on this planet?
See, Ranjit, the conflicts which the human beings have or they inflict upon each other, it is because of the egos which we carry over a period of time. And to resolve them, the best thing is that if we take an insight of ourself, our inner self, and we do a self introspection or self analysis, then things might change. But if you and me think that we can do it on a bigger level, like national level or world level, it is really difficult. If we look around, the word is there is restlessness around the globe. You see the Russia Ukraine conflict, there is conflict in Syria, there is conflict, so many conflicts going on in India, internal conflicts, hatred, politics, so many things going around us. And in that, to be living without a conflict becomes little difficult, because as a human being you think that what is it that is causing all this.
Hmm.
And we can, if we have a little understanding of the things around us, and if we say, for example, our own family,
Hmm.
because where we have to start from the smallest unit.
Hmm.
So if we just take a look around in our family, that how we can make the things better, and how we can resolve the misunderstandings, the conflicts which we have,
Hmm.
then we can go to another level. But
Yeah,
if
yeah,
we yes
yeah. So
but if
that's
we
so. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, but if we think that we can do it like just like that, not possible.
It's yeah, obviously, and it's very clear though. However much we want to solve these bigger conflicts on the planet, it starts much closer to home, and dealing with conflict starts much closer to home, and starts with the relationships in our life, and it can extend outward from there, but it starts from within. That's definitely my experience as well. And uh, and uh, and there's the challenges, and we see the challenges. The same challenges we see in the small scale are the same challenges on the large scale. And you tie it to the ego, and you tie it to to this uh, desire for our own self-centered needs, I guess. Would you say that? Like, is that's at the root of a lot of the conflicts that we
Not
experience?
only self centered needs, because the setup of the society is such that we all are in a rat race for materialism.
Hmm.
When a child is born, we hardly give any attention that we have to inculcate some moral values, or make the child compassionate and loving, and teach the child to be compassionate, to be empathetic. But On the contrary, what we are teaching, you have to become a doctor, you have to become an engineer, you have to do this, you have to do that. So
Hmm.
poor thing, we give him or her a big list,
Yeah.
of our expectations.
Yeah. And
And
I've
it,
seen that in my life. And I know, of course,
yeah,
especially in Indian
it is.
society, that's very
Yes.
prominent. And that's a set of values that is distorted. One could even say perverted, because the most important values are not being taught,
Taught and imbibed.
imbibed. Okay.
That is one thing.
Hmm.
Another thing is when I see around myself, suppose my students, they are very innocent and they are very loving and they are compassionate. But at the same time, they have lots of pressures. They have pressures to perform well, you know. In teenage, they have different issues, boyfriend problem, girlfriend problem. They have conflicts with parents because of the generation gap. It is very difficult to have a conversation,
Hmm.
so all those things, when you sum up,
Hmm.
so it is very difficult for an individual to be peaceful
Hmm.
and to give even a thought towards this thing, that where our world is going. Everybody is so self-centered. Everybody thinks, oh, my things are done, well and good.
Yeah.
Why should I care about the other fellow who is sitting next to me or my neighbor? So this uh, thought process has to change.
Hmm.
We have to bring little compassion, we have to bring little love, we have
Hmm.
to bring a little empathy
Yeah.
in, in ourselves,
Hmm.
and we should try to inspire others to get the same
Get the
things.
same quality. So that's I mean, I wholeheartedly agree uh, with what you shared. In my From where I stand as well, in so many of these qualities that we have not been able to develop in ourselves and within those in our lives, we haven't been able to encourage these qualities, and or even develop them within ourselves. So why do you feel like these qualities are underdeveloped? Like, going a little bit deeper, why have they not developed? If these are, and these, a lot of people would agree as well, like these are very important qualities. Probably the vast majority of this planet would agree on the surface that these are very important qualities. But why haven't then been developed?
I will give you a little fact check, Ranjit.
Hmm.
Being a history lecturer and being a history student, when I read the history books, I came to know that till today the human civilization had more than 5,000 wars.
Mm-hmm.
Wars, not
Yeah.
small outbreaks,
No,
wars.
not little squabbles. Yeah,
Not,
full
are
on
not
wars.
small things.
Hmm.
And if we see the recent past, the First World War, the Second World War, and now the ground is being set for the Third World War
Hmm.
because of the Russia-Ukrainian
Hmm.
conflict.
Hmm.
Okay, so you asked that why these things are underdeveloped,
Hmm.
because we don't give it a thought. No one is bothered. No one is bothered whether the person on a road, or if you see a laborer, or if you see a poor person, whether he has eaten or not,
Hmm.
whether their children has the basic education or not,
Hmm.
whether they have the medical anybody gives a thought? No.
Yeah, we don't give a
everybody is
thought.
everybody is worried about their lives,
Yeah.
how to earn more and more,
Hmm.
how to accumulate things, you know, because you have to show it status wise, that, oh, I have a car, I have this
Yeah, that
TV,
becomes
I have
very
this
important. The status becomes so important, and
air
we never give a
conditioner,
thought about each other in the
I
process.
have a branded phone, I
Yeah.
have a branded handbag.
Hmm.
So people are after materialism so much that they forget these things.
So what can we do then, Mita? What can we do? It seems like I feel sometimes helpless. What can we do? We can, of course, ourselves embody these qualities, but
Yes.
what is there anything else we can do, or is it
We
simply
can
that?
only do one thing, Ranjit. We can change ourselves
Hmm.
because we are responsible for
Hmm.
our lives. We can, if we bring a change within ourselves, if
Hmm.
we become little compassionate, if we become little empathetic, if we become little loving, maybe the people around us will also see and change.
Hmm. Yeah,
So first, we have to do that,
yeah.
on
I'm
an
with you.
individual level.
Hmm.
And then, you know, in our scriptures, there are very beautiful sayings. And one saying is that when a flower blooms, the bees come uninvited.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
when you will emit the fragrance of love, the fragrance of compassion, empathy,
Hmm.
it is very obvious that people will attract towards those qualities,
Hmm.
and they would also give it a thought that why this particular person is like this, why am I not like that,
Hmm.
and what
Yeah.
can I do on a personal level to be like him or her.
Yeah.
See,
These
when we
qualities,
follow,
yeah, when we embody these qualities, then naturally others will be attracted to those qualities and inspired by those
yes.
qualities.
See, if you see on the spiritual level, there are many religions, there are many godmen and godwomen, there are many cults which are coming up in the society on a worldly level.
Hmm.
Why is that? Because you follow them.
Hmm.
You relate to some of their thoughts,
Hmm.
on a subconscious level,
Hmm.
and then you fall for them.
Hmm.
You try to follow them, you try to listen to their discourses, you try visiting them,
Hmm.
but on that run you forget that only worshipping that particular person, a woman or a man, or following a cult or following a religion will
Hmm.
not change you.
Yeah.
You have to do a groundwork with yourself.
Yeah. So then basically by and large that's the message. It's that we got to look within. We got to look within even if there is someone that is inspiring as a leader or as a charismatic figure or a guru or a teacher, we still
Or
have
a
to
celebrity. Celebrities
especially the
also.
celebrities, yes, in this
Yes.
modern culture, celebrities and of course authority figures of different sorts. We still have to to look within and start from within, and we can be misled by these different figures. We can be misled.
See why there is so much of, people are losing faith in religion. People are losing faith on spiritual masters.
Hmm.
It is not the fault of the religion or the spiritual masters. It is the fault of the people, that you
Hmm.
follow them blindly. Your
Hmm.
expectations are very high, you know,
Hmm.
and you think if you are associated with a master, he will take care of your life.
Hmm.
How he or she is responsible for your life or your spiritual awakening or your self-realization?
Yeah, yeah.
Those
We
people,
attribute these
yes,
qualities to the master when we should be looking within. And this, of course, also the big one, the big figure is the politicians themselves.
yes.
What we have outsourced to the politicians, whatever country we're in, we have put all of this on the politicians, and
Yes,
we are
it is
expecting them
our
to take
responsibility
us forward.
also.
But we have
Yes,
to find that place within ourselves to take responsibility for our
for
own words and
example,
actions
for
and
example,
life.
Ranjit, cleanliness around our surroundings.
Hmm.
You eat this chips packet and you just throw the empty wrapper on the road,
Hmm.
and then you blame the municipality, you blame the government for, they are not maintaining, they are taking taxes. But on an
Yes.
individual level, are we also keeping it clean?
No, we're
Can
not. We're
can
not.
can we not just pick that wrapper, whoever has thrown it on the road or on the
Mhm.
street or in our college, wherever? Can't we just pick it up and throw it in the dustbin?
Yeah, we
So you know,
we so we have this attitude like across the board throughout our planet, this blame attitude, which is we're looking to either we're looking to worship, you could say, some of these figures, and on the other side we're blaming them. So it's either worship or blame, it seems, but we're in neither of those situations are we taking personal responsibility. And so what is it that motivates people to not look within, like coming back to the very simple question, like what is it that why people are looking outside and they're not looking inside? And for me, it's, I think, from where I stand, it's a fear. People are afraid to look within side because they'll see
ignorance.
demons inside of ourselves. We don't want to admit that. We want to say that they're wrong, but we don't want to say that we have something wrong. So what is it that what is the source of ignorance, would you say, of ourselves that is across the board?
Ego. Very simple. Ego.
The ego
We
itself.
we fail to admit that we can also be wrong. We fail to admit that we also have some shady parts in our personality,
We
and
can't admit that.
we
We
cannot admit
we
that, and
can't.
we
We can't.
just play this blame game.
Yeah.
Oh, that person is like this, that person is mean, that person is selfish, that person is so extra, blah blah blah. So why
Yeah.
can't we just give it a thought and look inside ourselves and
And so
just do
so
a
that is
reality
right.
check?
A
Yeah.
reality check,
Why
right?
can't
A reality check
why
is not
can't we do a reality
assessing
check?
others, but it is about looking
Yes.
within and being real with ourselves.
And see, again, as you said, fear, because we are so afraid to face ourselves
Mhm.
because of, the multi layers which we have over our personality, over our heart,
Mhm.
in our mind. They are like artificial layers of ego, of false pretension,
Mhm.
so many things.
Yeah.
So we are afraid, we fear that, oh, how we are going to face ourselves,
Yeah.
how we are going to see the mirror.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, I can see that. So and that ego is tied with the underlying emotion, or the underlying uh, sentiment is pride. I would say, right? Like with our ego, we want to protect whatever image we've created for ourselves, and we don't want anything
Yes,
to challenge that.
yes,
And what
very,
would you say is the, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
And what would you say then? How would we be able to chip away, like, and so this would be the last question I want to ask you in our conversation, which is a very wonderful exploration, is of what's needed and where the issue is, and what would be one thing that we can do, like what can we do if we want to deal with the conflicts, and we want to address the ego, but we don't know how would one get started from your perspective?
By being simple,
Hmm.
if we just become little simple, if we simplify ourselves.
Hmm.
We are so complicated, Ranjit.
Hmm.
We have complicated ourselves over a period of time. you know if
Yes.
we just drop all that and just become very, very, naive and simple,
Mm.
then only we will be able to see what is within.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drop the egos, drop the false ideas which we have about life, about world, about society, about God on a bigger level.
Yeah, even about God as well.
Yes, drop
Yeah.
those ideas. Just
Mm.
unlearn.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Now it is a time that we should unlearn so many things.
Mm.
and just become simple
Yeah. Yeah. I
from
think that
our
that's
inner being. Yes, that
that's
will
true.
bring a change.
Yes. I think that in that
That will.
simplicity, so much is going on that we actually are not able
I
to
will give you
realize
a
the
very
reality that's
simple
inside of our
example.
hearts.
I will give you a very simple example. When I was doing my graduation, and as you know, that I have a master. So when one day in his ashram, people came, and I was also there. So the people, two people came, and they are trying to teach him that how to awaken the Kundalini.
Hmm.
And this person, my master, he's simply listening and saying yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes. And I am like getting so much of anger that
Hmm.
who are they to teach my master? So he is very, like, very calm, very cool. He's not replying. He's saying yes, yes.
Yes.
When they left, I questioned him. I said, Babaji, why you have not told anything to them?
Hmm.
Then he said, why should I, spend my energy when I know that person is not ready to listen to me?
Hmm.
So at least I have satisfied his ego, that
Hmm.
he would go and he would tell 10 people, oh, I told Pilot Baba how to awaken Kundalini.
Hmm.
See
Yeah.
what I'm trying to tell, the simplicity
Yeah.
in a spiritual being.
Yeah. That.
If you and me would have been there, we would have, got really angry that who are you to teach? I am the authority. I have taken
Hmm.
samadhis. I know about all these spiritual things.
Hmm.
Who are you to teach me? But on the contrary, he was very calm and cool. And he was
Yeah.
like, yes, yes. So this is the simplicity which we have to inculcate within ourselves.
And it's very interesting and clear as I develop in my own life journey. I see that the answers by and large come from being simple. The solutions on our planet that we need are not from developing more complex and intricate answers, but from cherishing the very simple wisdom that we all have within ourselves and we're all in touch with. And I see this on the world stage, some of the as well, like the conflicts that we have can be reconciled if we just look towards the simple solution. So I'm very thankful for all of what you've shared, Meeta, and thanks for this recording. I very much enjoyed this session with you, and look forward to continuing to share insights with each other
Definitely,
on this
definitely.
journey. And if
Yeah.
people want to get in touch with you, can you share like your contact details?
Yes, you can give them my email ID. They can
Okay.
write to me.
Or you can share it. You
And
can share this. You can speak it out
yes, it
if
is
you'd like.
jmeeta02@gmail.com.
Okay.
jmeeta02@gmail.com. So if
Okay.
anyone wants, they can get in touch.
And we'll post this information along with the video, of course. And and so thank you very much, Meeta, for your insights. I very much enjoyed.
Thank you, Ranjit. Thank you, Ranjit.
Take care.
You too.
Thank you.